Hare Krishna. Om Ajnantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padikamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitanscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharne Nirvishesha Shundavadi Pashyat Deshatarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauravaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna. So today we will be reading directly from NOD summary study of written by Srila Prabhupada. So we have completed till Shubhada, how the devotees Jagat Pirinam, Jagat Anuraktata, Pirinam Sarve and Jagat Anuraktata or Sukha and Sadguna. These four items are there in Subhada. So when devotees they practice sadhana bhakti, then they achieve this result. And when they practice bhav bhakti, then they get two more. So Subhada and Kleshagni is gotten in sadhana bhakti, Shubhada and Kleshagni, and then Durlabha and Moksha Lagutakrit. These four items are in bhav bhakti. And then when one reaches the prema bhakti, then all six items or characteristics of pure bhakti comes, where Sri Krishna Karshani or Sandranand Vishesatma. So these all six characteristics are there in prema stage. So Srila Prabhupada, okay, I will tell one of you to read. Srila Prabhupada said that how devotees are the perfect gentlemen, devotees are free from all kind of bad habits. Prabhupada gives example of here, ahead he gives here. Krishna conscious boy, even if he is not well educated by university standard, can immediately give up all illicit sex, gambling, mint eating, intoxication. Whereas those who are not Krishna conscious, although highly educated, are often drunken, meat eaters, sex mongers and gamblers. So only Krishna conscious persons, they can have actually good values which will stay for long, and others cannot, because they so not only the Suddha Bhakti gives those. So Suddha Bhakti is Subhada. When we say Subhada, in that one Sadguna comes, where a devotee attains good qualities. So those good qualities are for permanent, not for temporary sometime. No, permanent good qualities. So therefore Prabhupada is saying that those who have taken to Krishna consciousness, they have the really good qualities and others cannot. So he gives example here. Okay, Aman Prabhu, just you read it from here. These are the practical proofs.
Yes, Prabhu.
आपका आवाज थोड़ा ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. आवाज.
I'll put earphones for you. 1 second.
एक मिनट. Yes, because yes, I have increased my sound. Yes.
अभी आ रहे ब्रो जी? हरे
हाँ,
कृष्णा. Okay, I think better होगा ब्रो जी.
हाँ, now it is better. Yes.
These are practical proofs of how a Krishna conscious person becomes highly developed in good qualities, whereas a person who is not in Krishna consciousness cannot do so. We experience that even a young boy in Krishna consciousness is unattached to cinemas, nightclubs, naked dance shows, restaurants, liquor shops, etc. He becomes completely freed. He saves his valuable time from being extravagantly spent in the way of smoking, drinking, attending the theater, and dancing. One who is
Okay.
not. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, 1 minute. Yes, so devotees, yesterday we read something. Why this attraction for cinema or other activities have gone down? Yesterday we read something. So can you answer this from yesterday learning? Anyone? Why this all attraction, restaurant attraction, cinema attraction has gone away from a practitioner of Krishna conscious? What did we learn yesterday? Yes, Jiva Mataji, yes. No, sound is not coming. Huh? Uh, Actually, it's not I am only hearing you less. I think others also, correct? Her sound is coming?
Me too.
हाँ थोड़ा तेज बोलिए.
Okay, I was saying
हाँ.
because of the association of the devotees, the practitioner develops interest in hearing Krishna Katha.
हाँ
So the
श्रद्धा.
other,
Shraddha. Yes, correct. Shraddha. Because he had developed a Shraddha. Huh? जात श्रद्धा मत कथा दो निर्विण्य न अति आसक्त. So this is the answer. Because na ati asakta and na ati nirvinna. Nirvinna means nirvinna cheta. He is indifferent, na ati asakta. So this person has seen first thing that, see, we were discussing not too much attached means what? So like some eating, some greed is there. It's not that he is not too much attached to smoking. He has to give up smoking. He cannot be smoking. But he is too much attached to positive enjoyment is there, negative enjoyment. So negative enjoyment he has to give up fully. That is his Shraddha. But positive enjoyment he is little attached. Okay, na? Like even somebody is earning money, he is very attached to spending it more. Extravagantly he may use the money. He may be attached, like family man, they are attached to themselves, husband, wife, attached to children, family. So these are the positive things actually. But the positive attachment, because they are living a regulated life, equal to varnashrama, but still attachment is counted not very good. But not attached to like prostitution or drinking, wine, all these things, no. That has to be given up. So then, because of Shraddha, he has got this detachment, spirit. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning. Even beginner in the Bhakti also, he has mentioned that give up the illicit sex, gambling, meat eating and intoxication. Whereas those who are not in Krishna consciousness, although have been highly educated, but often are drunkards, meat eaters. Yes, so these are practical proofs how a Krishna conscious person become highly developed in good qualities, whereas the person who is not in Krishna consciousness cannot do so. At the same time, we should also understand these qualities are dependent upon our faith. So our faith has to be that I will only do Krishna consciousness, not any other things. Even little of this faith also will help him to give up all such things. It's not that always he requires that much faith, no, because that faith is required for pure bhakti. But to give up sinful activity, even lesser faith will also work. It's not that one has to be that much faith also. No, lesser faith will also work. Prabhupada says at some place that even little progress in Krishna consciousness, person becomes too much, he becomes averse to all such bad habits. Even little advancement, not much also. Okay, go ahead. One who is not in Krishna consciousness.
One who is not in Krishna consciousness usually cannot sit silently even for half an hour. The yoga system teaches that if you become silent, you will realize that you are God. This system may be all right for materialistic persons, but how long will they be able to keep themselves silent? Artificially, they may sit down for so-called meditation, but immediately after their logic performance, they will engage themselves again in such activities as illicit sex life, gambling, meat eating, and many other nonsensical things. But a Krishna conscious person gradually elevates himself without endeavoring for this so-called silent meditation. Simply because he is engaged in Krishna consciousness, he automatically gives up all this nonsense and develops a high character. One develops the highest character by becoming a pure devotee of Krishna. The conclusion is that no one can truly have any good qualities if he is lacking Krishna consciousness.
So this is very confident thing that we also, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we should always remember that even somebody thinking that I want to go away from Krishna and I will become a good person, because some people think like that. I was previously very good. When I came to devotee association, I got spoiled. They may think like that, and then they think that okay, then better I will remain alone, away from devotees. So this kind of thinking are again given by Maya only. Because like Shruti Kritipu had come, he was saying, anyone I have seen who has given up Krishna consciousness, he has just gone back to his old habits. All of them have gone back to their old habits. So, because when we are not Krishna conscious, we were staying on our status or whatever, good status, bad status, or whatever, because of our mind. Because mind was little bit strong, little bit, not much. It used to say that with the help of intelligence, okay, I will follow, I will not do this thing, I will not do that thing. So we were thinking that we were quite advanced, but that was our illusion actually. That was our illusion. Manorathena sati dhavato bahi. You did not have spiritual knowledge, you did not have guru, you did not have done any pious activity like kirtan, katha, hearing, and still we were so proud that we could remain simple person before bhakti. So this is illusion actually. We cannot be better than devotee. We can be better while we are devotee, but we cannot be better without devotee. This we should be understanding. This is a Shastric statement. Srila Rupa Goswami, yes, go ahead.
Srila Rupa Goswami has analyzed the different sources of happiness. He has divided happiness into three categories, which are: first, happiness derived from material enjoyment; second, happiness derived by identifying oneself with the Supreme Brahman; and third, happiness derived from Krishna consciousness.
So this we have discussed now. In that, what is that? Bhukti, Mukti, and Paramananda. This is Paramananda is from devotional service, and Mukti means happiness of merging into Brahman, and Bhukti means happiness derived from material enjoyment, sense gratification. So this all happiness are given by Bhakti Devi. Mukti happiness will also be given. Without letting us go on the path of Mukti, she will give the Mukti happiness in Bhakti, and she will also give a Bhukti happiness in Bhakti. So therefore we have also read that how Bhakti Maharani, behind her, these people are following Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. They are just following with the folded hands. Even Mukti, Bilwa Mangal Thakur says that how the Mukti is folding the palms and running behind the Bhakti Devi to engage herself in the service of his devotees, like that. So Bhakta is not bereft of all these things. Okay, go ahead.
In the Tantra Shastra, Lord Shiva speaks to his wife Sati in this way: "My dear wife, a person who has surrendered himself at the lotus feet of Govinda and who has thus developed pure Krishna consciousness can be very easily awarded all the perfections desired by the impersonalists, and beyond this, he can enjoy the happiness achieved by the pure devotees."
Okay, so what he is saying, anyone who has surrendered, what will happen? He who has developed pure Krishna consciousness can very easily be awarded all perfection. Just the same thing. So means he will get happiness of Brahma Mukti, he will also get happiness of he can enjoy the happiness achieved by pure devotee, means Paramananda. So Bhakti can give everything. That is what again he had said. Yes.
Happiness derived from pure devotional service is the highest because it is eternal. The happiness derived from material perfection or understanding oneself to be Brahman is inferior because it is temporary. There is no preventing one's falling down from material happiness, and there is even every chance of falling down from the spiritual happiness derived out of identifying oneself with the impersonal Brahman.
Yes.
It has. I'll continue, Vijay.
Okay. So Prabhupada is very confident about this thing, that Brahma Mukti is not for eternity. People will fall down from Brahma Mukti. Or other way to say that those who are thinking that they are Brahman, I am Brahman, but they will never attain Brahma Mukti unless they have Bhakti. So one thing is, pure devotion is giving the highest goal and highest perfection for eternity. But Mukti also requires Bhakti, so that a Jnani also requires to do Bhakti at last. Surely he mixes, while he is practicing Bhakti, Jnana, he is also practicing some Bhakti, but later he just gives away the Jnana fully and practices Bhakti only. Therefore it is said, Mai Chananya Yogena Bhakti Abhivicharini. So Jnani practicing Bhakti is called Abhivicharini Bhakti, means only Bhakti is practicing, he is not practicing any karma and Jnana process. But it does not to say that he is practicing, see, Ananya Bhakti मतलब उत्तमा भक्ति हमेशा कंपेयर नहीं करना चाहिए. मई चानन्य योगे न भक्ति अभिविचारिणी भक्ति, और जरूरी नहीं कि उत्तमा भक्ति सेम है. तो कहीं कहीं पे ट्रांसलेशन ऐसा हो सकता है, लेकिन इन दोनों में अंतर भी है एक्चुअली. अब ज्ञानी क्या शुद्ध भक्ति करेगा? ज्ञानी थोड़ी शुद्ध भक्ति करेगा. अगर शुद्ध भक्ति करेगा तो ब्राह्मण क्यों चाहेगा? सिंपल सी बात है. To get Brahman, he has to do bhakti. So it means his bhakti is not Sudha. His mentality is mixed with Jnana, but he has not mixed the process with the Jnana. He has just left the Jnana process and just practicing only bhakti. Like he might be chanting only holy name. So see, Jnani can also be chanting holy name. But he will go to Brahman because he wants Brahman. He wants to become God. God means not God. वो तो मायावाद तो जाएगा ही नहीं. He wants to merge into Brahman. That is okay. Merging into Brahman is a eternal goal actually. It eternal goal means Prabhupada is saying कि falling down from the material happiness means the oneself to be Brahman means this is also, you have not, unless you have attained the Brahma Mukti, there is always chance of falling down, because Prabhupada is going to mention here next paragraph. So just thinking oneself Brahman and not situated on the activity of the Brahman, one will fall down. But if somebody has gone to the Brahman, then Acharya says also that they do not come back, and there are some cases when some come back. But there is also, that is also eternal above destination, merging into Brahman. वो है, वो भी है. लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी यहाँ क्या बोल रहे हैं कि ब्रह्मन सोचना वो भी टेम्पररी है. क्योंकि केवल मैं सोचूं मैं आत्मा हूँ तो कैन आई गेट लिबरेशन? नो, यू कैन नॉट गेट लिबरेशन. You have to do bhakti. You have to be knowing about the God. So that is called Tvam Padarth Jnanam, Tat Padarth Jnanam, Aikya Jnanam. These three Jnanam. So just to think I am a Brahman, that is called Tvam Padarth Jnanam. Means you know that I am a Brahman. I am a soul. First you know I am a soul. Then Tad Padarth Jnanam. Tad Padarth means that Supreme Lord is a Brahman. Okay, is a Brahman. Then Aikya Jnanam means what? Everything is Brahman. I am also Brahman, he is also Brahman. Aikya Jnanam, one. So after knowing Aikya Jnanam, then he can merge into Brahman. Not at the stage of simply knowing I am Atma. He cannot perfect. First he has to know about the Lord, about himself, then Bhakti he has to practice, and then all these things come. So okay, go ahead.
It has been seen that great Mayavadi, impersonalist sannyasis, very highly educated and almost realized souls, may sometimes take to political activities or to social welfare activities. The reason is that they actually do not derive any ultimate transcendental happiness in the impersonal understanding, and therefore must come down to the material platform and take to such mundane affairs. There are many instances, especially in India, where these Mayavadi sannyasis descend to the material platform again. But a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness will never return to any sort of material platform. However alluring and attracting they may be, he always knows that no material welfare activities can compare to the spiritual activity of Krishna consciousness.
Very, very important. What is mentioned here? The sannyasi who are Mayavadis, they start opening some hospitals, some schools, like Yogi ji. Who is a yogi? Yogi is a Sankara worshipper. Yes, he is also sannyasi kind of dress he wears. But what he is doing? Politics. अब उसका पॉलिटिक्स थोड़ी करना है, उस ड्रेस में पॉलिटिक्स होता है क्या? How he can be in politics? So these Mayavadis, they do not get happiness in their process. So therefore they come down from their platform to do some समाज सेवा. Now he is doing so समाज सेवा करना. तो ये बताया प्रभुपाद क्या बता रहे हैं कि ये एग्जाम्पल बता रहे हैं कि कोई इतना भी सोचे कि आई एम अ ब्रह्मन, आई एम अ सोल, स्टिल ही विल फॉल डाउन एंड ही विल डू सम समाज सेवा. नाउ Prabhupada means that is the proof that they are not getting taste in their process. They are not getting taste in their process, they fall down. But Krishna conscious devotees, they clearly know that this material activity is also, even if it is a pious activity, it is also binding, correct? Even if you do some pious activity, unless it is spiritual activity, it will bind you. That's why Prabhupada is saying that any material welfare activity cannot compare to spiritual activity of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, devotees, they don't participate only. Even a beginner devotee also. Okay, our welfare work is connected with Krishna. Like we may distribute prasadam only. We cannot distribute the normal food. And if you give money also to people, generally we do not give money. We give books. We give prasadam, so that we create the spiritual account for the person to whom we are giving. And we also render spiritual service to the Lord and living entities, both. So we clearly distinguish between spiritual work and material work. But these Mayavadis, they cannot. Even though they say this is all Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya, then why are you getting interested into Jagat then? If you are saying Mithya, you should not be interested here. We say it is a false. False in the sense kya hai? It's a temporary, basically. No, it's not a false. Sorry, false नहीं, हम बोलते temporary बोलते हैं. वो बोलते हैं false. We say temporary. So material world is temporary, and because it is the energy coming from the Lord shadow potency. So shadow is created when there is an obstruction between object and light. Okay, so the light is coming and some obstruction comes, then the shadow is created. So shadow is the absence of light, basically. Correct. So when the sun is covered by the cloud, you cannot see the sun. So when our consciousness is covered by Maya, we cannot see Krishna, and that is why we are called covered. Okay, so this is a covering, and until this covering is removed, we cannot see the Krishna Surya Saman. We cannot see that. So Mayavadis have no chance, because for them, first they criticize that this is a material, this is spiritual, and once they start following their process, they get klesho adhikatarastesham avyakta asakta chetasam. They get lot of frustration and dry logics, so many things. So then they think, "Arey, what is this? We are simply speculating too much. Better do some service." And their service is to serve people, to give them some socks, to open some dharmasala, to open some like Vivekananda books. If you read, these things will be like Prabhupada says, na. He used to say, "Why are you watering Tulsi Maharani? Better water बैंगन का पेड़ को पानी दो, ताकि बैंगन खाने सब्जी में तो खाने को मिलेगा, तुलसी को तो खा भी नहीं सकते." तो दिस इज हिज फिलॉसफी. जस्ट इमेजिन. So this such kind of Mayavadi, they have no taste in their process. So they are falling down to material level and doing welfare work and telling this welfare work is better than service to God. Actually they are blaspheming. Actually, this is what Prabhupada is mentioning here. So the whole thing is only Krishna. So because mainly people, what they think, if I am attached to world, I am a bad person. If I detach from the world, I am a good person. So Prabhupada is saying your attachment and detachment both are bogus. If you detach also, the Gyanis, they fall down. They again come back to attachment. and those who are attached, they will anyway fall down, will already fallen, they will go to hell. So बचा कौन? कृष्णा कॉन्शियस. तो ज्ञानी भी चला गया, कर्मी भी चला गया, बचा कौन है? भक्त. तो भक्त ही बचा है, बाकी सब तो भक्त के पास ही अच्छी क्वालिटी हो सकती है, नहीं तो वो भी नहीं बचेगा. ओके, गो हेड.
The mystic perfections achieved by actually.
यस माता जी, क्या क्वेश्चन है?
I was just thinking that this statement that only Krishna conscious person will never return to any sort of material platform, but we have seen that so many after Prabhupada ji has left this world, many sannyasis
Correct.
they fell down. I mean, sorry, I should not say like this,
No,
but
no, ठीक है,
I was just
okay,
thinking
yes.
that
Yes.
some great Maharajis were
Who will
they
answer?
fall down.
Yes, who will answer this her question? Who will answer? Yes, I will just give a hint. The answer should be in the right way. The hint is their suffering is not conducted by Maya. Now you have to answer. Their fall down and anything, is it conducted by Maya or somebody else? Who has
So
conducted?
Krishna's intervention.
Yes. So now Krishna therefore he says, Apicheta suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhureva samantabhya samyak vyasito hisava. Even though Krishna may delay their, sometimes maybe one life, sometime it may happen because the bhakti is not very strong, so then they may remain in material world for one life, but they have practiced some bhakti, then Krishna may give them chance next life. See what happens actually. Actually for great souls we cannot comment much, but in general the philosophy tattva we can know. If aparadh is big, then it takes some time to get purified, means it may take another life when that person may get another body and maybe some more life, and then he may get relinquished, that effect of aparadha will become slowed down, and then he will be given association of bhaktas, then he can again take back bhakti and then finish off his previous aparadhas. That is one thing. So or sometimes if somebody falls down, like great cases like Bharat Maharaj. So when we are in the first life of Bharat Maharaj, now we have learnt about 3 lives of Bharat Maharaj, that's why we are able to say something. But if we have been just living with Bharat Maharaj for first life only, then what would have concluded? Are such a big devotee fell down, what is this, he just became mad after deer, because we next life we do not know, and next to next we do not know. But in Bhagavatam when it presents, then we can come to know. In the similar way, for even advanced devotee, even if they have fallen down acutely also, like somebody ran away with some girl or somebody gave and they may have given up bhakti. This may be case with Bharat Maharaj also. Bharat Maharaj ran with a deer only. Correct na? So now when the next life is not seen and next to next is not seen, we cannot conclude. So therefore we should say that is very temporary fall down, very temporary. Immediately they will pick up. But in case of Karmi and Jnani, that is not temporary. They are never gone to spiritual level only. They are already fallen. They are just considering themselves gone to spiritual level, and they are still fallen. And even if they pick up, their pick-up method is only mind and senses control. Unless they take up to bhakti, their stability is not guaranteed. But bhakta, even if he falls down, and then Krishna after some time he gives him support, he will pick up, and then gradually the time will come, he will never fall down. It means we have to understand Krishna is himself deciding the trajectory of a devotee. If Krishna says that you go and announce Name Bhaktya Pranashyati, my bhakta will never be destroyed, it means Krishna has designed the process that even if Maya will work on devotee and devotee will fall, but still he will get up. That is the strength of devotional service. Means after, like somebody क्या बोलते हैं, अगर किसी टायर को चेक करना है ना, कौन सा टायर मजबूत है, तो उसको कहाँ पे दौड़ाते हैं? क्या एकदम एकदम बराबर रोड पे दौड़ाते क्या एकदम, जब उसमें रोड में कोई कंकड़ ना हो, कांटे ना हो, तो क्या बोलोगे, अरे बहुत स्पीड से भाग रहा है, अच्छा टायर खरीद लो। अरे उसको ऐसे रोड पे दौड़ाओ जहाँ पे कंकड़ हो, कांटे हो, बड़े बड़े चीज़ हो, और उसमें वो जाएगा, थोड़ा धंसेगा, फिर निकलेगा, फिर ऊपर आएगा, फिर परफेक्शन को जाएगा, तो आपको लगेगा कि यस ये होता है पाथ। तो भगवान वो करके दिखाते हैं कि बिकॉज अनदर थिंग इज भक्ति इज कॉन्फिडेंशियल, भक्ति हैज़ टू मेंटेन द कॉन्फिडेंस, otherwise all people will come to bhakti path, unnecessary people will also. So therefore bhakti will not show the effect, but bhakti has reserved the effect. I will show the effect at right time. And when the devotee, when he falls down, because once he falls, why he gets up early, immediately how he can get up? That's why that is what the effect of bhakti. It means the bhakti devi allowed him to fall, and again he picked him up immediately. It means it's whose effect? So therefore it's under control of Krishna, it's not under control of Maya. But Maya, somebody is under control of Maya, Maya will slap and then take him to millions of lives to animal species. But this will not happen with devotees.
Yes, and we have heard that all those devotees also who like so-called fell down, and then at the time of death they were very gloriously
Yes.
leaving their bodies.
Yes.
One of the Maharaj he got married and then came to Vrindavan, and with so much kirtan and amongst devotees they left their body. So
Correct.
yes, Prabhuji, yes, thank you so much for
So these things will come, these samskaras, devotional service is very, very highly respectful, actually, devotional services. So these samskaras can be like Jivan Mukta, like I gave some examples some days back. Some samskaras are like passing things. Yeah? Like another example, like in the sky there are some clouds which will never going to rain, but they are just simply passing in the sky. So that may create some kind of darkness. Some darkness will be created, but they are not going to affect because there are no rains. So when we are driving outside, when we get affected when rains are heavy, when there is no rain, we are simply walking. We are understanding after some time it will become sunny day. Right now it's simply cloudy day, sometime and then become sunny. In the similar way, some sanskaras are there because of previous lives, and these people are already advanced, but some sanskaras pass through them in their life, and because of some offense, little bit offense or something, Lord's intervention, whatever, what happens, they may fall down also, but because they have done lot of bhakti, that bhakti Devi will immediately pick them up after some time, immediately it happens. Therefore Krishna says, no, Chipram bhavati dharmatma. Chipram, immediately they will become. Acha, somebody have given up bhakti, not seen to be doing bhakti. So that, what is that? Now Bharat Maharaj case also we can see. He understood that my bhakti is simply show off. When he got attached to deer, he came to that much thinking that he was thinking, what I am chanting? What is this chanting? Better to love this deer. Without my love to deer, what my deer will be thinking? I am simply making some show of chanting. Better I should love my deer. So Bharat Maharaj was showing that behavior. Can you understand? He was from Bhava level devotee. Bhava. So surely Vishwanath Thakur says this is not possible. Bhava level devotee का fall down हो ही नहीं सकता है. लेकिन फिर भी वो भगवान ने करके दिखाया हमको सिखाने के लिए. भगवान बड़े बड़े एक्सट्रीम एग्जाम्पल भी करते हैं भगवान, जैसे अजामिल का भी एक्सट्रीम एग्जाम्पल है, बिना ऑफेंस के होली नेम जप लिया और निकल गए. ऐसा बहुत कम का होता है. तो एक्सट्रीम एग्जाम्पल्स भगवान दिखाते हैं उसके पोटेंसी को बताने के लिए कि भक्ति का पोटेंसी समझो क्या है. वो मिक्सचर नहीं बनाते कि चलो थोड़ा अपराध मिक्सचर भक्ति मिक्सचर, नहीं, डायरेक्टली होली नेम जप किया निकल गया वो. भरत महाराज डायरेक्ट just because of no association he just got deluded totally, and then next life again Krishna helped, and next life he went back to Godhead. So then what he taught, that association is very, very important. Going in jungle and practicing bhakti is dangerous. One should be associating with the devotees. That principle is also taught. At the same time, Krishna taught us that don't think that if we do not have like love for or attraction for some big thing in material world, then nothing will distract us. A small thing will distract us. Even deer could distract Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj was not distracted from kingdom, from palace, from horses, from money, post position, but he got distracted by deer only. So then it also shows that we should be always careful. Willful neglect should not be there. Okay, I'll share. So devotees case, Krishna is involved. That's why the devotees are protected. Yes, go ahead.
The mystic perfections achieved by actually successful yogis are 8 in number. Anima Siddhi refers to the power by which one can become so small that he can enter into a stone. Modern scientific improvements also enable us to enter into stone because they provide for excavating so many subways, penetrating the hills, etc. So Anima Siddhi, the mystic perfection of trying to enter into stone, has also been achieved by material science. Similarly, all of yoga siddhis or perfections are material arts. For example, in one yoga siddhi, there is a development of the power to become so light that one can float in the air or on water. That is also being performed by modern scientists. They are flying in the air, they are floating on the surface of water, and they are traveling under the water. After comparing all these mystic yoga siddhis to materialistic perfections, we find that the materialistic scientists strive for the same perfections. So actually, there is no difference between mystic perfection and materialistic perfection. A German scholar once said that the so-called yoga perfections had already been achieved by the modern scientists, and so he was not concerned with them. He intelligently went to India to learn how he could understand his internal relationship with the Supreme Lord by means of Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. Of course, in the categories of mystic perfections, there are certain processes which the material scientists have yet not been able to develop. For instance, a mystic yogi can enter into the sun planet simply by using the rays of the sunshine. This perfection is called Laghima. Similarly, a yogi can touch the moon with his finger. Though the modern astronauts go to the moon with the help of spaceships, they undergo many difficulties, whereas a person with mystic perfection can extend his hand and touch the moon with his finger. This siddhi is called Prapti or acquisition. With the Prapti siddhi, not only can the perfect mystic yogi touch the moon planet, but he can also extend his hand anywhere and take whatever he likes. He may be sitting thousands of miles away from a certain place, and if he likes, he can take fruit from a garden there. This is called
Okay.
Prapti siddhi.
Okay. So anima means one can become small and he can enter into the stone. So Prabhupada says that we have made many tunnels in the mountains, like Mumbai Pune highway. There we find that they have made. So actually exactly it's not like that. They have made with bomb blasting something and then grossly. But yogis are little different because yogis subtly enter subtly, and they make their size so small that they can enter inside the pores of the stone and go to the other side. They can go through it. And scientists, if they want to go, they have to make a big hole. So big hole means they will bomb blast with some atom bomb, whatever, and then they will start excavating inside the mountain, and then they will go. So a lot of hard work is involved. And again, the yogi also have to do hard work. Yes, they have to perform yoga for a long time. So yes, yogi is becoming small and going. Acha. So yogi can enter into anything. Like yogi can enter into one's stomach also. He can go inside one's stomach. But scientists cannot go to other inside. Yes, they can say that ultrasound करके घुस जाएगा, ऐसा छोटा बन जाएगा. तो ये सब चल रहा है, but फिर भी इसमें लिमिटेशन है. योगी का कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है. योगी बहुत छोटा भी हो सकता है, कहीं भी जा सकता है. And science has to, like science also, anybody cannot go. Like I cannot see the ultrasound. I do not have knowledge. Yes, I cannot know what is happening in his stomach or whatever. But yogi can do anything. Like one doctor cannot bespoke or bomb blast the mountain because he has only siddhi in his doctor profession. Or a road maker or a mountain blaster, he cannot see in the ultrasound. So therefore there are different people are required, but same yogi can do both activity. Surely the yoga is a higher science, and modern science has almost like achieved. Like you just see the mobile, now this technology. Why people are attracted to technology? Because it's attractive actually. It's attractive. So because it's a Krishna's energy, and so it's attractive. It is making work done in a very unique way. Like AI, if you see AI, AI means earlier we used to write so many things for long time thinking, so many mistakes. You just give one prompt to AI, I want this. Surely you also understand AI, using AI for everything will not be correct, because it really frustrate also. अच्छे से frustration भी देता है, क्योंकि उसको भी बार बार और so many other things keep on doing. Some people use AI like anything, but still according to our understanding, and we have heard from others also, it's not perfect, but it does the work very quickly. But when you start looking for a deep thing in the any, especially in Krishna consciousness, if you want to search from AI, you cannot get that. AI will tell some superficial things, ऊपर बता देगा, इस कुछ ऐसे प्रिंसिपल बता देगा, some अच्छे वर्ड्स यूज कर देगा जिससे आपको अच्छा लगेगा, but that will not bring out transformation, because transformation is not machine transformation, it's a heart transformation. It's not a heart transplantation, it's a heart transformation. तो ट्रांसप्लांट नहीं करना है. अब AI क्या कर रहा है, वो अपना नॉलेज दे रहा है, वो थोड़ी ट्रांसफॉर्म कर रहा है, लेकिन कृष्णा कॉन्शियस नॉलेज इज ब्रिंगिंग आउट कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस फ्रॉम विद इन ऑफ दैट पर्सन. विद अ डॉर्मेंट, इट इज ब्रिंगिंग आउट फ्रॉम विद इन, so that AI cannot do. So but it is attractive. Yes, people are using it attractive because it's a material thing. Siddhis are also attractive. Paramascharyam, therefore the word used Paramascharyam, it's Ascharyam. Anima means trying to enter into stone. Anima is done, okay. Then comes what is this? Similarly, all of the yogi siddhi, for example, one of the yogi siddhi where the power to become light. What is the light? कौन सा योगा है वो? लघिमा है. लघिमा मतलब हल्का हो जाना. अभी हल्का में साइंटिस्ट लोग कुछ किए हैं क्या? This is also performed by scientists. They are flying in air. Okay, they are flying in air. Okay, ठीक है. So that also they have done. They are floating on water also by the ship, by using the principle ship. So somehow other they have got, correct na? They are not by that method, by siddhi, but by some other method, by some, you can say like क्या बोलते हैं उसको, जोड़ पेच करके थोड़ा जुगाड़ बोलते हैं ना, जुगाड़ करके कुछ तो किया है. तो मिस्टिक सिद्धि का जुगाड़ क्या है? ये मॉडर्न साइंस है. मिस्टिक सिद्धि को पाने के लिए जुगाड़ किया है मॉडर्न साइंस ने. And therefore Prabhupada is to be very much like bent. He was bent upon saying many times, saying that why you are using Sputnik to go to moon? Better Krishna says that you worship moon god and go to his loka. So now Prabhupada, some places he says also, they might have gone there, but what they will go after going there? They will bring some dust from there. So Prabhupada says, because you cannot live there. Okay, even if you go there, can you live there? No. You cannot live there because there are so many cases. See, human beings say you cannot go to America without visa and passport. Where is the question of going to a moon without any credentials of calling you there? Nobody is calling you and you are just directly jumping there and dropping yourself there. It's not possible. You cannot be there. Nobody will accept us. So Prabhupada says from that confidence also, okay, one thing is you might do some jugaad, you go there, but you cannot live there. Can you do jugaad of going to America, hiding yourself without visa and passport? Can anyone do so? कर सकता है. अभी तो कोई बंदा पैदा नहीं हुआ है मेरे हिसाब से कि जो अमेरिका में विदाउट वीज़ा पासपोर्ट रह रहा है, वो भी दूसरे देश का. पक्का होगा ही होगा उसको, नहीं तो पकड़ लेंगे लोग उसको, है कि नहीं? तो अमेरिका, इस संसार के नियम इतने स्ट्रिक्ट है, जो कि इतना ढीला ढाला संसार है, तो आप हेवनली प्लैनेट का तो सोच ही नहीं सकते. तो देयरफॉर देयर इज नो पॉसिबिलिटी. इवन जुगाड़ भी करके पहुंच भी गए, फिर फिर भी वहाँ पे उसको रहने का नहीं मिलेगा, बिकॉज ही इज़ नॉट क्वालिफाइड, हिज बॉडी इज डिफरेंट, ही कैनॉट मैच विद देम, he has no piety also, he was eating meat also earlier, how can they allow him there? So, and also he is passing stool that is smelling bad, how can he go there in swarga? There people don't do such things, means उनका इतना गंदा नहीं होता है, तो उसको बोलेंगे तो ये गंदा करने आए, निकल जाए यहाँ से. So he cannot be there, very simple. And also humans, everything humans are different from the heavenly planet. बहुत सारी चीज़ें डिफरेंट है, उनका भोग शरीर है, हमारा क्या है, कर्म शरीर है, तो वो पॉसिबल नहीं है इस शरीर में. जब तक कोई पाइटी नहीं करेगा तब तक नहीं जाएगा. सो देयर आर सम लिमिटेशंस, नॉट दैट एवरी सिद्धि वन कैन अटेन. नाउ after comparing all this mystic yoga siddhi, the materialistic to the materialistic perfection, we find that materialistic scientists try for the same perfection. So actually there is no difference between mystic perfection and materialistic perfection. So Prabhupada is saying actually there is no difference. Okay, ठीक है. So even if some scientist may get some perfection, Prabhupada is making, okay, we are not very much boasting about mystic perfection. Your materialistic perfection or mystic perfection we may consider same. ठीक है. Therefore he gives an example of a German scholar who said that better I should do bhakti because materialistic science has already got the mystic perfection. तो उसमें कोई ज़्यादा बड़ी बात नहीं है. अच्छा, तो that is to say also that like tomorrow it may happen that scientists may start saying that see, by living simple or by doing some yoga, what you are going to get, we are going to achieve the same perfection by our science. So then bhakti process can defeat that argument. Because why? Because bhakti perfection you cannot attain by science, neither through mystic yoga nor through materialistic perfection you cannot attain. That's why this German scholar is saying that it's better that I practice bhakti yoga. Of course, in the category of mystic perfection, there are certain processes which the materialistic scientists have not been able to develop. For instance, this is called laghima. वो पिछला वाला सिद्धि कौन सा था?
इसका नाम मेंशन नहीं है. लाइट होने वाले कपड़ों का नेम मेंशन नहीं है.
हाँ, लेकिन लाइटर वाला लघिमा ही है ना. What is it? Laghima only. Then okay, so this is another thing, correct? He can fly to the sun planet simply by using the rays. Okay, that is also lighter, correct? Lighter is same lighter, means he can utilize the sun rays to walk upon the ray. So that is amazing thing. You can go to the sun without using Sputnik, anything. So he can go till the sun just by using the rays. So can you see, you just walk on the rays. We cannot walk on the rays, we cannot think only. So that science is a more advanced science, walking on the rays and going to the sun. In the similar way, like somebody can walk on the moon rays and go to the moon planet. The modern astronaut go to the moon using the spaceship, but they undergo very many difficulty, whereas a person with mystic perfection can extend his hand and touch the moon with his finger. This is called prapti. So yes, he can touch the moon also from here. This is prapti. With this prapti, not only can mystic perfect yogi touch the moon, but he can extend his hand anywhere and take whatever he likes. ये आ गया तो सारे दुकान खाली हो जाएंगे. सारे soap, कोई somebody will take out the soap, somebody will take out the laptop from somewhere. Everybody will become Baba worshipper. Baba will give you all money, just get one laptop, get one this, that. Whole market will be empty. प्राप्ति सिद्धि. इसलिए कलयुग के लोगों को भी कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शन किया है भगवान ने, नहीं तो कलयुग के लोग सब चोर हैं. गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. प्राप्ति सिद्धि. The modern scientists have manufactured nuclear weapon with which they can destroy an insignificant part of this planet. But by yogic siddhi known as Isita, one can create and destroy the entire planet simply at the will. This is more powerful, Ishita. Another perfection is called Vashita. By this perfection, one can bring anyone under his control. This is a kind of hypnotism which is almost irresistible. Sometimes it is found that a yogi who may have attained a little perfection in this Vasita, mystic power, comes out among the people and speaks all sort of nonsense and controls their minds, exploits them, takes their money and then goes away. This is also amazing. Vashita means he talks some nonsense, and then people get enamored by him, and then he controls their mind and then exploits them and takes the money away. Like this Vishak Sen, he was also like that. Means I cannot say that he had that siddhi, but he used to attract the people. Actually, he used to attract the people, and they used to listen to him, follow him, and then they used to file themselves cheated. So this is also Vasita perfection. You can wash में किसी को कर सकते हैं. I remember like one person, like there is some marriages happen. So marriages, if they are not compatible, like they Rakshas Varna and Dev Varna, if they are not matching, like Dev Varna girl and Dev Varna boy should marry, and Rakshas Varna and Rakshas Varna boy and girl should marry. But if they are opposite, then what happens? Their tendency is not matching. So then one person goes to Brahmana and says that this is happening with my wife, a problem is there. So then he says, okay, if you say I can control her, I can do some hypnotism on her, and then she will follow whatever I want.
Hare Krishna.
So then he said, would you like to do that? So that person.
आपका आवाज ब्रेक हो गया था ब्रो जी, वो लास्ट पार्ट थोड़ा मिस हो गया.
Okay.
How does one
That Brahmana says that, okay, I would control her from my side. So would you like to do it? So the person said, no, this is very dangerous. I don't want. Let it be like that. So the same thing you can find in modern science also. Modern science can, somebody is psychologically disturbed, they give some medicines which can work with some hormones changing. And so the person's behavior will be controlled to some extent. But ultimately their mind become dull. Because that hormone is not only helping their mind to act, but also giving some negative things. Negative sanskaras also acting on them. So then to control the everything, they stop the hormone only. If we stop the hormone, some other disease may sprout after some time, or that person may become zombie, means not even acting in a normal way. So then that will be very difficult. So this is not that siddhi what is mentioned here. It is like Vasita. Like, so modern science many times they do such thing. Like sometimes some medicines can be very strong. It can really bring one to life. Means, so that is also, you can say, kind of medicine the person who made that medicine without side effect. If there is no side effect, he is really doing something. It's a great siddhi actually. Recently we heard from Sutikirti Prabhu. He was saying that Prabhupada used to, Yogendra Ras used to eat one medicine and used to say this was made up of the dust of pearls and dust of gold. Dust of pearls and gold. Gold के dust से और pearls के dust से बना था. तो it used to give energy. So ऐसे भी चीज़ें बनती थी पहले, जो ऐसे metals जो gold और आपके pearls. अभी कहाँ gold दिखता है, pearls कहाँ, कौन आयुर्वेद का medicine, no, मतलब very difficult to get such thing. Earlier time people used to be that much knowledgeable. तो वो भी है कि किसी को एक ताकत देना है, शरीर एकदम ख़राब हो गया है उसको एकदम सही कर देना. अभी के ज़माने में वो बहुत कम है. पहले के ज़माने में ऐसा रहता था. कुछ आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन्स भी ऐसे रहते थे. Like you find like this Jara demon combined Jarasandha and Vedvyas, the lump of flesh came from the Gandhari. So he brought into his kutia and then divided into 100 parts and put into some test tubes, and then 100 sons were born. So that is also quite mystic. So there is another mystic perfection known as prakamya, magic. This prakamya power, one can achieve anything he likes. For example, one can make water enter into his eyes and then again come out from his within the eyes. Simply by his will he can perform such wonderful activity. So you find this simply by his will. Here also, simply by his will. Simply by his will. So anything one can do simply by his will. But what is this? Can one get liberated simply by his will? By these siddhis? No. There are limitations for that. So the highest perfection of mystic power is called Kama Vashyasita. Vasayita. Kama Vasayita. This is also magic. But whereas the prakamya power acts to create wonderful effects within the scope of nature, Kama Vasayita permits one to contradict nature in order to, in other words, to do the impossible. Of course, one can derive great amount of temporary happiness by achieving such yogic mystic perfections. Like contradict the nature means like Hiranyakashipu. You can just say Hiranyakashipu, he just contradicted nature only. He just said that one who commits sin, he will go to Swarga, and one who commits pious activity will go to Naraka. Contradicts the nature only. So that siddhi can also, or you can say like we have heard this thing. I don't know whether this come in this siddhi, but just an example. Like yogi was said that you just go into meditation and we will say to you and you show the response on your body. So he said okay. So he went into meditation inside and then they touched his hand with the ice. They put ice all around his hand for a long time and then they said we have put your hand in fire. So just yogi was thinking my hand is put in fire and his hand showed the response of burning. Means the hand showed the color of burning, everything. But it was put in the ice. Even though it was put in the ice, he was showing the burning of fire. How is it possible? He is able to control just by his thinking. So totally contradicting the nature, totally. The nature should be like his hand is put into ice. So ice has different effect. But he is showing the burning effect. So yogis can do that by their will. It is possible. Okay. So these are some temporary happiness one can achieve by. So the Prabhupada is nicely using the word here. Temporary happiness. तो ये क्या थोड़ा जैसे बच्चे रहते हैं ना बच्चे. अब देखो ये बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ें हैं लेकिन हमको क्या सोचना है कि बच्चे के अभी हमारे सामने कोई करेगा तो अट्रैक्शन तो होगा ही. एटलीस्ट हमारे साथ कोई भक्त बोलेगा प्रभु कहाँ जा रहे हो, बोले अरे वो एक योगी आया थोड़ा डांस दिखाना चाहता है कुछ अलग अलग करके, तो आप में से कितने लोग जाएंगे? आपके साथ कोई सिंसियर भक्त होगा तो आप जा पाएंगे क्या? विल नॉट गो, करेक्ट. बट बिफोर भक्ति आई नो इन आवर विलेज वी हैव सीन Prabhupada also said that there was a ghost. A tantric used to come and used to say, "Chal ghost, get into this body," and that ghost will enter in the body, and that person will get up. Okay, and then he will say, "Okay, come out from the body." The person will lie down, and then he will tell, "Now this ghost will climb on the tree." Then it will enter into the body and it will climb. So Prabhupada used to say this kind of magic is also there. Like in villages they show such kind of thing. Villages में भी दिखाते हैं ये मैजिक, वो गोस्ट का मैजिक, वो उठा के उधर पटकता है, उसको उधर लेके जाता है ऐसा. एंड वी हैव सीन आल्सो सम प्रोफेशनल मैजिक शो जिसमें किसी का सर काट दिया, गला काट दिया. वो थोड़ा अलग ही साइंस, वो आई डू नॉट नो व्हाट इज दैट, बट दैट इज मोस्टली लाइक इल्यूजन क्रिएटेड. बट दिस इज नॉट इल्यूजन. दिस मिस्टिक सिद्धि इज नॉट इल्यूजन. दिस हैज टू बी सीन. वो इल्यूजन नहीं है, वो बराबर करते हो. मतलब अगर वो किसी गला भी काटेगा तो गला वापस रख देगा वो, और ये वाले में गला काट गया तो मरेगा ही वो पक्का. इसको मिस्टिक सिद्धि नहीं है, वो गला काट दिया मतलब मर जाएगा. दैट इज शोइंग इल्यूजन. बट इन मिस्टिक सिद्धि इफ ही हैज गॉट द सिद्धि ऑफ गला काटने, इफ ही कट्स द गला, ही शोज द हेड इन हिज हैंड एंड अगेन ही कैन पुट द हेड अगेन. दैट कैन बी पॉसिबल इफ ही गेट्स दैट सिद्धि, but not this illusion. Foolishly, people who are enamored of the glitter of modern materialistic advancement are thinking that Krishna conscious movement is for less intelligent man. I am better of being busy with my material comforts, maintaining nice apartment, family and sex life. These people do not know that at any moment they can be kicked out of the material situation. Due to ignorance, they do not know that real life is eternal and the temporary comfort of the body are not the goal of life, and it is only due to darkest ignorance that people become enamored of the glittering advancement of material comforts. Therefore, Bhaktivedanta Thakur has said, Jada Vidya Maya Vaibhava Tumhara Bhajane Badha, Tumhare Bhajane Badha, अनित्य संसारे मोह जन्मिया जीवेर करे गधा. तो जड़ विद्या, what it does? First, जड़ विद्या माया वैभव, it's a simply expansion of माया's वैभव. तुम्हारे भजने बाधा, हमारे भजन में बाधा करेगा. जड़ विद्या means materialistic. Those who are very highly educated, they have less attraction for holy name, less attraction for bhakti. And anitya sansare, the sansar is anitya, but anitya sansare moha janmiya, but the moha will be produced for this anitya sansara, and jive kare gadha, he will be working hard and hard to just enjoy this world. He is a gadha. He is not using his life for bhajan because he has become mohit by maya, and that moha is caused by material education. So therefore material education basically therefore he said that advancement of material knowledge renders a person more foolish because it causes no one to forget the real identity by its glitter. This is the doom for him because this human form of life is meant for getting out of material contamination. By advancement of material knowledge, people are becoming more and more entangled in material existence and they have no hope of being liberated from this catastrophe. In Hari Bhakti Sudodaya, it is stated that the Prahlad Maharaj, a great devotee of the Lord, prayed to Narasimha Dev, my dear Lord, I repeatedly pray that unto your lotus feet that I may simply be stronger in bhakti. I simply pray that my Krishna consciousness may be more strong and steady, because the happiness derived out of Krishna consciousness and bhakti is so powerful that with it one can have all other perfections of religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, and even the attainment of liberation from the material existence. So we should understand mukti is quite higher than this mystic siddhi also. Okay, mukti means going to Brahma realization. Generally, the yogis, if they want to merge into Brahman also, but before that they get these siddhis. And unless, because siddhis are material perfection, they are not a spiritual perfection, we should understand. They are temporary. Means they will not possess, or these are material things which they are controlling. But they have to overcome this tendency to come to spiritual standard, and then they will be able to merge into the Brahman. That's why this is a test also for the yogi. If the yogi has attained this siddhi and is just attracted by that siddhi and not focusing on the goal of Brahman or Bhagwan, ultimately Bhagwan, then he is basically deluded. That's why Prabhupada is using Jada Vidya Maya Vaibhav. So now materialistic science, materialistic perfection or mystic perfection, both are equally compared here. So materialistic perfection happens by material education and mystic perfection happens by some yoga siddhi, yoga, by doing some yoga. So both are compared material here. Both are compared material. And that's why another thing is compared. Bhakti can give all this happiness till liberation just as a side benefit. Dharma, artha, kam, moksha, all this enjoyment it can give just as a side benefit. So why I am going towards these things? That is the thing. Only thing, people have to have some faith, some patience. Otherwise, if they only have these siddhis, they will misutilize it for material gain, material prosperity, and material popularity, fame, like that. Like, I do not know, but I want to hear from you. I think Bhageshwar Dham Baba, whatever that personality, he's something got revealed, or he is still maintaining his things.
I don't know, Raji, but I think still maintaining.
Still maintaining, okay. So basically, anyway, but he's using his things to show off, to attract people, might be helping people to get relief from. But such siddhis may attract people and him also, and they will not understand the goal of life. Yeah. Some people may say, what is this? At least he is helping people getting rid of भूत. अरे तो भूत से तो भक्ति करके भी भाग जाएगा. भक्ति करेगा तो आराम से भूत तो कभी सामने नहीं आएगा. लेकिन वो भक्ति नहीं कर रहे, वो टेम्पररी सॉल्यूशन दे रहे हैं. और उससे क्या होगा? द पीपल आर हैविंग फेथ इन हिम देन गॉड. मोर देन गॉड दे हैव फेथ इन हिम. He will save me. This is what problem happens actually. All such worship started getting diluted. Means those babas who show their power more than the principle of serving to God, they become more famous than God. And then the problem happens. Then it becomes Mayavad. After some time, such people start worshipping such people like God. My guru is God because he helped so many people to get rid of their bhoot. So he is God now. So they make a man into God, the Mayavad. तो ये जितना भी चीज़ है ये फिर बाद में हो जाता है. Yes, Prabhu.
So my hometown is very near to that place, and with my family I also visited once. So just sharing that with him, like what I have also heard from people and all is that he doesn't claim to be powerful. It automatically happens that people have more faith in the Guru than the Lord himself.
Yes.
Lord himself.
Yes, yes.
So people keep the faith at the wrong place,
See,
but he never claims himself to be like super. He said it's all because of.
this is all bogus thing. Actually, it's very simple. Those who are giving material things to others, they internally relish the material credits. Internally they relish. Because harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Mahadguna cannot come only if he is not a devotee of the Lord. And a devotee of the Lord will not do such philanthropic work like that. Removing somebody's ghost. Actually, he should be first staunch devotee. Then one can see that by Guru's order, and if he is doing something, then we can accept to some extent. But this is simply karmi activities. Karmic things actually. And there is some trick also. It's not that it's fully clean slate. एकदम ऐसा नहीं है, उसमें भी ट्रिक है. इसलिए कई बार थोड़ा गड़बड़ भी होता है लोगों का. पता लगता है कि ऐसे कर रहा था वैसे कर रहा था. एनीवे, कहने का मतलब ये है कि द पीपल बिकम गॉड आफ्टर सम टाइम. पीपल हैव मोर फेथ इन दैट पर्सन देन गॉड because they are representing some mystic siddhi to the people, and therefore people say, oh, therefore Prabhupada was very much against. Just because I produced some gold from my hand, some ash I took and produced gold, so I became God. So Prabhupada criticized such kind of thinking of people. He said they are rascal. The person who is calling God and the person who is understanding God, like that. Both are rascal. So one should not cheat people. One should very clearly say that these are all bogus things. You are not practicing right life. You should chant holy name every day in your life. Then these things will not come. And he should also work upon worshipping the Lord, not simply. So Lord will help to remove the ghost. Why you are too much concerned about people ghost? Lord will help. You just teach them good things. Or those who are non-devotees, they can take such profession like tantric. So then you should be called as tantric, not a devotee. Yes, Prabhu.
So the people want to be cheated, therefore these people survive actually.
Yes.
That's what I have seen.
That's why Bhaktivedanta Swami says cheaters and cheated.
Yeah.
So he cannot run away by saying that I don't want credit. I am simply a person trying to help. ऐसा होता नहीं है.
Because in my area I've seen people very much addicted to eating tobacco and garlic and all. But since they got faith in him and all, they left these things. In my family, on my parents' side also, there are people whom I have been trying to make them chant from more than 2 decades. They never did it, and they were all into all these bad activities. But when they got and their some work got completed, or in order to get their work completed, they just left everything, and they are continuing there.
And they're chanting.
They're not chanting. They never chanted, but they visited there, so they left all these things, which I was trying them to for many years to stop.
Okay, at least. But again, harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Again, unless they become devotees, this guna will all mental. some attraction towards some Baba's mystic siddhi. See, unless a person genuinely practices and surrenders to the Lord, and he takes help from the Lord's mercy, it is not possible to get away from Maya. Maya will not allow only that person to get away. Even though some person may show some kind of distaste from material enjoyment, but again he will be pulled back. Like Jnanis, we are giving example, na? Again he will be pulled back to philanthropic work because of not getting situated in Krishna consciousness. So these are some temporary things. Okay, then I will say now who will read. Priya Gaurangi Mataji is there.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You can read from here actually.
Prabhuji, also one thing I was remembering, like Prabhupada was saying, Prabhuji, that even if these people attain all these planets and all, still they'll do the four things like eating, meeting, sleeping, defending. The activities will be same only, Prabhuji.
What? Even though?
I'm saying, even if people achieve different things, different planets, all these siddhis, but activities will be same only, Prabhuji. Eating, meeting, sleeping, defending.
हाँ वो तो रहने वाला, वो तो मटीरियल एक्टिविटी करने वाले. They don't have any higher goal. Actually, they want name, fame, glory, because such things are simply ascharyam for them also. See, like if you give some toy to a child, he may show to others, oh, see, I've got such a nice toy. But he is also getting enamored by that toy, and he was happy because he was having that toy. And others are happy by seeing the perfection of that child showing that toy. So this person is also thinking, oh, I am so great, I have this toy. But he does not have a higher goal. He is just happy with having a toy. And once he gets somehow, if the toy is taken away or gets broken, he'll become broken hearted. Oh, what is that? Everything got lost. So they are also like that. So once they get the siddhi, and the siddhis are material, if you do something wrong, the siddhi will also go away. Siddhi is also maintained through certain piety, certain kind of yoga practice. If like we heard ना, बिसक्षेन का बाल काट दिया तो गया सिद्धि उसका, वो गिर गया नीचे एकदम, किधर गया सिद्धि. तो ये सब मटेरियल चीज़ है, तो उनको तब तक अच्छा लगता है जब तक उनके पास है, दूसरों को दिखाने में मज़ा आ रहा है. एक बार वो सिद्धि गई तो हार्ट अटैक हो जाएगा. वो मर गया बिसक्षेन. जैसे ही उसका बाल काटा, वो कमज़ोर होकर उसने दवाई खा के मर गया, वो सुसाइड कर लिया उसने. जो सोचो, वो इतना सबको कंट्रोल कर रहा था, माइंड्स को, लोगों को एक्सप्लॉइट कर रहा था, भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर के अगेंस्ट चला गया. एंड लेटर व्हेन हिज हेयर्स वर कट, ही टुक द पिल एंड ही डाइड एक्चुअली. सुसाइड किया उसने. इतना भयंकर उसको सदमा लग गया. तो ऐसा होता है जब बड़े बड़े ऐसे योगी होते हैं, इनके साथ कुछ हो गया लाइफ में ना, तो डायरेक्टली सुसाइड करते हैं.
In fact, there is interaction also between Gopal Maharaj and Bhageshwar Baba. Devotees might have heard also. Gopal Maharaj says to him that ना तुम जादू कम दिखाया करो, लोगों को थोड़ा भक्ति में लाओ. He directly says to him.
Correct. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Yes. Actually, a pure devotee does not aspire after any of these perfections, because the happiness derived from devotional service in Krishna consciousness is so transcendental and so unlimited that no other happiness can compare to it. It is said that even one drop of happiness in Krishna consciousness stands beyond comparison with an ocean of happiness derived from any other activity. Thus, any person who has developed even a little quantity of pure devotional service can very easily kick out all the other kinds of happiness derived from religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. There was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya known as Kulavich Sridhar, who was a very poor man. He was doing a small business selling cups made from the leaves of plantain trees, and his income was almost nothing. Still, he was spending 50% of his small income on the worship of the Ganges, and with the other 50% he was somehow living. Lord Chaitanya once revealed himself to this confidential devotee, Kulavich Sridhar, and offered him and offered him any opulence he liked. But Sridhar informed the Lord that he did not want any material opulence. He was quite happy in his present position and wanted only to gain unflinching faith and devotion unto the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. That is the position of pure devotees. If they can be engaged 24 hours each day in devotional service, they do not want anything else, not even the happiness of liberation or of becoming one with the Supreme.
Okay. See, yesterday we have also read, we do not have raga, we know that. We do not have greed for bhakti. Like here, all such statements are there which are mentioning about pure devotees who are at prema level. So they are relishing while enjoying, while doing their bhakti. They are enjoying bhakti. We do not have. So therefore, we have to work according to the impetus given by Shastra, or teachings of Shastras are only medium. Shastra Shraddha should be there. Okay, Shastras are saying, so I should follow. So therefore people have to be in Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna, when somebody in Sattva-guna, he can follow Shastra properly. But in Rajoguna, Tamoguna, his faith will become little shattering. So it is therefore important to lead a life of Sattva-guna and read Shastra and understand these things. Yes, these things are true and I have to have faith. And by association of devotees, when we are hearing and reading and serving, so then this faith will be awakened. That whatever is mentioned, it is there. Shastri Shraddha. So the Sridhar Kolavich, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to spend 2.5 hours every day just discussing with him or trying to negotiate the price for banana leaf. 2.5 hours every day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to spend with him. And his business was to sell the leaves and get the money, and then half money he used to use for worshipping Ganga and half for his own livelihood. And that was very less actually. So like that, and when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Mahaprakash Leela, he called Sridhar Kolavich and then he said, ask Sridhar, I am ready to make you Indra. I am ready to give you 8 mystic perfection. Ask. Anything you ask. Liberation भी दे दूंगा. बोलो क्या चाहिए. Then Sridhar Kolavich says very nice thing. He says, my lord, on the trees, birds are eating food. They are getting food every day. The king, so like a bird by his destiny is getting something, and the king also is enjoying the royal kingdom, royal treatment and fame, everything. So he is very rich. But both of them are simply enjoying their destiny only, my lord. So why I should ask you anything? I am satisfied with my destiny, whatever. So why people look for more? Because they are not satisfied with their destiny. They want more. So he says, I am satisfied. Nobody gets more than one's destiny. Even if you give me, you are creating my destiny. But after some time, I have to be satisfied. Like if somebody is not satisfied this much, then even if you give this much also, you will not be satisfied. That is what Sridhar Kolavich says. My satisfaction is just serving you, not in getting something. Because if somebody is dissatisfied, because surely he does not have enjoyment of bhakti, so वो dissatisfaction रहेगा. तो हमारे लिए भी रहेगा, लेकिन हमको शास्त्र के वचनों से कार्य करना है. भले हमें टेस्ट नहीं है भक्ति में, ठीक है, राग नहीं है, no problem, but follow the scriptures and then lead your life properly. And so the scriptures give some solace also कि okay, like we read also, एकादशी व्रत से ये मिलता है फायदा. तो ये सब भी हमको हेल्प करता है लाइफ में. We can fulfill some of our needs also. ऐसा नहीं कि we are totally free from whether you give or not give. I am totally surrendered. ये वो. So wherever we are, through following scriptures, we will get some benefit and will also advance in our bhakti. Okay. Yes, in the Narad Pancharatra.
The Narad Pancharatra, it is also said that any person who has developed even a small amount of devotional service doesn't care a fig for any kind of happiness derived from religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, or the 5 kinds of liberation. Any kind of happiness derived from religiousness, economic development, liberation, or sense gratification cannot even dare to enter into the heart of a pure devotee. It is stated that as the personal attendants and maid servants of a queen follow the queen with all respect and obeisances. Similarly, the joys of religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation follow the devotional service of the Lord. In other words, a pure devotee does not lack any kind of happiness derived from any source. He does not want anything but service to Krishna. But even if he should have another desire, the Lord fulfills this without any devotees asking.
Huh.
Without the devotees asking.
Okay, so now this is also important. Now we are also aspirant of pure devotional service. Yes, sadhana, Vaidhi sadhana is also part of pure devotional service. So pure devotees, they don't have even a slightest such desire. But because they have been tasting the bhakti and they have also free from all such desires. In actuality that is there. For us, we have desires and we are trying to follow Shastra. We do not have raga. So we are trying to follow Shastra. So for us, some disgust may come. Oh, I am attached to this, what to be done? But pure devotees, they do not want. And Shastra says that I should have aspiration of pure devotee. What is this nonsense? So we can have this dainyata in our life. Surely that dainyata is because of again having faith in bhakti and heard from spiritual master that this is a way I should be living. So that faith has to be there. So pure devotees, we should never encourage people in dharma, artha, kama, moksha actually. We should, because these are already given by bhakti. The sukha for this is already given by bhakti. So one can follow those things without having faith. Just to set an example, that is okay. But one should not exclusively try to get happiness or by following such things. Because if some does that, then we are not really understanding the devotional service actually, pure devotional service. Okay? So dharma, artha, kama, moksha is basically varnashrama. But we should understand that our bhakti should not get covered over by the these principles, only to be followed to set an example for the society so that society can live, because all cannot become devotees. At least people should follow dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So devotees should only follow to help them come closer to Krishna, ultimately take to bhakti, to increase their faith. Ja shraddha mat katha do. Until then, devotees should follow, but without having faith. So I am not saying not to do, but which and some actions cannot be done. Like कुछ एक्शन तुम कर ही नहीं सकते जो कि वर्णाश्रम जो देवी देवताओं के लिए है, तो वो तुम करेंगे नहीं. जो विष्णु से कनेक्टेड है वही करना है. और उसमें भी जो रिचुअल्स हैं जो केवल कर्म करने के लिए, उसमें केवल फेथ नहीं रखना है. नो फेथ, simply doing it so that we are setting example for the outside people. And then somebody can say, many time questions come, is varnashram required for devotees? So devotees के लिए required in this sense है क्योंकि जब तक उसका faith वहाँ तक नहीं आता है, जात श्रद्धा मत कथा दो, he has to follow ना something. But how he should follow? He should follow with this understanding, like Guru Maharaj has told, that these things you can get by bhakti also, but you do not have got that faith, therefore you are doing it, but always think in that way, in thine way. My Lord Krishna, you can give it directly by bhakti, but I am somehow attached to this process. So when you are thinking in that way, your shraddha is still growing. But if you start thinking, no, bhakti cannot give, I have to live in this way, then only I can do bhakti. ये थॉट से तो आपकी भक्ति आवृत हो गई. भक्ति को आवृत नहीं करना है, तो वर्णाश्रम फॉलो भी करना है तो एक मेंटलिटी से करना है, नहीं तो भक्ति आवृत हो जाएगी. और भक्ति आवृत हो गई फिर तो भैया अलग ही वो बन जाएगा, आचार्य परंपरा हो जाएगी, अलग ही. कोई नहीं जाएगा बैक होम मतलब कोई जाएगा भी तो वैकुंठ, या वैकुंठ के लिए भी शुद्ध भक्ति चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं कि वो ऐसे ही पहुँच जाएगा. तो वर्णाश्रम comes in karmi level, then niskam karma yoga, then karma mishra bhakti. There the rules of varnashram slacks down actually. They are just followed with certain ideas of setting example. But if somebody is doing as an exclusive thing that without this I cannot do bhakti, then his bhakti is avrit with karma actually. Okay. Yes, what is the question?
was trying to understand the relation between sure people that they want to achieve. For example, especially I'm talking about Salok and Samip
हाँ
and devotee who may get it, like Prabhupada said just a few lines earlier, that devotee may get it, but he may not desire it. So, what is the difference between these two types? For example, there are Gopas, there Yasoda Maya is there. They are also in the Samip kind of stage that they are near the Lord and they are serving the Lord. And can a devotee who is having the desire of being in that mode, that in Samipa mode, I will not call it devotee, but a person who is looking for liberation, I would say. So, is he also going to get the same position, or will he get the different position
no
when
no
he is
no
desiring for
this
Samip?
this चतुर्विधा मुक्ति वैकुंठ मुक्ति
Oh, it's
चतुर्विधा
Vaikunt only.
हाँ तो वैकुंठ मुक्ति
Hmm.
सो बिना मत सेवनम जना दे आर सिंपली मुक्ति यू आर नॉट गेटिंग सेवा सी like somebody wants to get a color of the Lord's body, somebody very attracted by the Lord, somebody wants to live with the Lord. देखो रहने वाले बहुत कोई हो सकते हैं लेकिन सेवा क्या हो गया ना, जैसे मान लो आप लॉर्ड के साथ रहोगे, जैसे कई लोग राजा के साथ चलते हैं फिरते हैं बैठते हैं, मतलब बैठते नहीं मतलब सामने खड़े रहते हैं, तो कोई कोई सैनिक होते हैं, सम सोल्जर्स आर लाइक जस्ट दे हैव टू जस्ट गो विद द किंग एंड कम बैक, नो टॉकिंग नथिंग. Okay na, so they are samip, they are very near, but they do not talk much, they cannot talk because they have not got a service, intimate service. But the brother of a king, he might meet his brother even after 1 year, but his talk will be very intimate because he's a brother. That is called seva, relationship. So some Vaikuntha attendants, they might have got this kind of seva, like simply getting up with the Vishnu and then going for when he's going and taking some bath, so they will follow when he's bathing, then coming back. So that is like not intimate relationship, just doing some formality, understanding.
You are saying that service, those who are having the desires of liberation, they will not get the service. That is the first point I interpreted. The second one is they might not go to Goloka also, that they may end up in some other Vaikuntha planet, but Goloka definitely, I was just interpreting in a way that they will not get the direct association of the Lord, even serving or not serving in Goloka. Is that correct understanding or not?
Who will not go to Golok?
No, those who are desiring for that sort of liberation.
See, Golok path is for Uttama Bhakti. For Pradhanibhut Bhakti, path is Vaikuntha. One can go to Vaikuntha. But he cannot go Pradhanibhut, matlab he has some desires. And,
Yes.
and also when he has to go to Vaikuntha, he has to be free from that desire also. Ultimately, he has to be free. But the kind of sadhu he has got in Pradhanibhut Bhakti, he is a sadhu who has faith in Vaikuntha. Okay? Going to Vaikuntha, serving Lord with awe and reverence. So that sadhu, pure sadhu, like I will give example, like somebody gets the association of Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya is a Saket Dham or Lakshmi Narayan Dham. Okay? So Ramanujacharya is a pure devotee, but he is pure devotee of Sri Sampradaya. Awe and reverence. Okay? So if some Pradhanibhut Bhakta gets, Pradhanibhut means he has some desire for karma and jnana, बट ही आल्सो कंसिडर भक्ति एज प्राइम, भक्ति प्रधान है उसका, लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत डिज़ायर है. तो ऐसे भक्तों को अगर इन ऐसे गोस्वामी का संग मिला तो कहाँ तक जाएंगे? वैकुंठ तक जाएंगे वो, क्योंकि वो तो प्योर डिवोटीज हैं. कौन? लेकिन वो वैकुंठ के प्योर डिवोटी हैं. अभी ऐसे लोगों को प्रभुपाद का संग मिल गया, तब उनको प्रधानीभूत भक्ति छोड़ के शुद्ध भक्ति में, केवला भक्ति में आना पड़ेगा. जिस जो हमारा गोलोक मतलब ये वाला जो राधा कृष्ण की भक्ति करना पड़ेगा बिना ऑन रेफरेंस के, वैदिक भक्ति, फिर रागानुगा, लाइक दैट. सो देन दे विल गो टू गोलोका. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द साधु हुम ही कनेक्ट, जिससे जिस साधु से वो कनेक्ट होंगे, जो परंपरा को फॉलो करेंगे, उसके हिसाब से उसका पाथ होता है. ठीक है? सो इफ दे फॉलो प्रभुपाद करेक्टली एंड फॉलो एवरीथिंग, so then they will go to Goloka.
If they have desire,
if they have some desire, then they will be again born in the heavenly planet, and then they will again come back after thousands of years of enjoyment in heavenly planet. They will come back in Brahman or aristocratic family, some Vaishya family, and then they will again practice bhakti. So the kind of faith you are delivered by a sadhu, that kind of goal you are going to attain. Therefore, it is very, very important. Krishna gives the full freedom to his devotees to bring the living entity to them. He gives the full freedom. Okay, I am from Vaikuntha, you go and bring the people to Vaikuntha. So then his devotee will go and bring the people to Vaikuntha, like that. So devotees can only do that. Like Prabhupada, you can just see, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as a devotee to distribute the love of Godhead. Yes. So he was trying to preach to the many people that please chant Krishna name. Why are chanting Ram name? Please chant Krishna name. Why he was telling? Because he is a devotee. And he wants to give a faith for going back home, back to Godhead in Golok Dham. He was trying that. Understand, na? So even though they were following the proper Acharya Parampara, Ramanucharya or some other Sampradaya, but still he was convincing them and telling, oh, better you chant Krishna name, better you chant Krishna name. He was showing the superiority of Krishna. So it means the kind of sadhu you meet, your faith is developed, and then you will achieve that destination. Yes, it is said by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Yes, Prabhu. Done? Okay.
So I also have the question on similar lines. Because the faith is also not so firm that I want this parampara only. So if person is not able to complete the process in this lifetime and he takes birth in the next life, is he going to continue the same parampara with the same goal, or does that also changes in the next birth?
See, it depends upon how much he has grown up in that faith. How much he has grown up. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India. One Brahmana was chanting Ram Ram. And he said, when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started chanting Krishna Krishna. And he continued chanting Krishna Krishna. But Venkat Bhatt, Gopal Bhatt Goswami's father, he did not change. He was still Narayan Bhakta. So, if one has really developed a Dhrida Shraddha in one's process, Dhrida Shraddha, at least Madhyama, so then it is quite chance that he will not change. He will just continue with the same. Dhrida Shraddha and Prauಢ Shraddha, all these things. These people will continue. But जिनका कोमल श्रद्धा है, तो वो कभी के भटक सकता है. जैसे ऐसा होता है, कई लोग सी संप्रदाय में भी चले जाते हैं, इस्कॉन के भक्त हो जाते हैं, कभी कोई वहाँ के भक्त इधर आ जाते हैं, होता है. तो क्यों होता है? क्योंकि श्रद्धा कोमल है. जब श्रद्धा कोमल है, एंड श्रद्धा इज कोमल, not very strong in one sampradaya, then one keep on looking other things.
And Shraddha becomes strong by association, like sadhu
by
sangha?
association. Yes, by association of devotees, and in that association one has to understand Shastra. See, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is converting Venkat Bhatt? By teaching Shastra only, na? What is telling? Why Lakshmi is coming to Narayan, Krishna? Why she is not staying with Narayan? So he is questioning him. Then by question he will understand that actually Krishna worship is higher than Narayan worship. Correct? So now by Shastra he is trying to convince, means by the sadhana. Again, by the sadhana. Through Shastra discussion, he is not telling that he is not giving some big lecture on raga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not giving some big lecture, and his raga cannot be understood by Venkat Bhatt actually, because his raga is different. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu का राग किससे बात करेंगे? वो बात करते स्वरूपम भट्टाचार्य से, नहीं स्वरूपम नहीं, इनसे स्वरूप दामोदर एंड रामानंद राय, इनके साथ बात चलती है. पूरा वो राग के ऊपर चलता है डिस्कशन. ये क्या होता है, अभी राधा रानी को क्या फीलिंग आ रहा है, कृष्ण क्यों छोड़ के चले गए राधा रानी को, ये सब चीज़ें किन से बात करेंगे? वेंकट भट्ट से थोड़ी बात करेंगे. वो उनको तो बस वैदी बताएंगे कि भैया तुम किस में पड़े हुए हो, आप बेटर भगवान का नाम लो. तो वैदी मतलब, बिकॉज यू आर टेलिंग सम शास्त्रिक एविडेंसेस टू ब्रिंग दैट पर्सन टू हायर फेथ, दैट मीन्स इज अ वैदी. द शास्त्रा इज इन्वॉल्व. बट वेन थ्रू रागा, वेन थ्रू सम अट्रैक्शन, somebody is getting pulled out, attraction of like some devotee saw some great devotee, bhakti, and he immediately got mercy of that devotee and immediately came. Not any shastras are very little in that. That is raga nuga. That is raga. By by getting attracted by the raga of somebody else. That is very few examples are there. Like it's mentioned in Bhakti Chandrakanti, she danced for 72 hours and she became Raganuga Bhakta. 72 hours she danced. Means she got inspired by some gopi and that's why she attained raga. There is no question of Shastra here. She is not inspired by some शास्त्रिक statement. Just she got inspired by devotee practice of bhakti. बस उसी से चालू हो, राग हो गया वो. रागानुगा भक्त से इंस्पायर होके वो भी बन जाते हैं. ठीक है, रागात्मिका भक्त से इंस्पायर होके रागानुगा बनते हैं. ओके, प्लीज गो हेड इन रीडिंग. किधर थे हम? हाँ, ये वाला इन प्रिलिमिनरी. यस.
In the preliminary phase of spiritual life, there are different kinds of austerities, penances, and similar processes for attaining self-realization. However,
Hare Krishna.
even if an Hare Krishna,
Go ahead.
Prabhuji, just
How-
saying that from here, Prabhuji, this is starting the rareness of pure devotional service.
हाँ,
Before, Prabhuji, from this point, na, the rareness of pure devotional services, that part is starting.
हाँ, ठीक है. ओके, ठीक है. यस.
but I'm not getting Prabhuji from where you are saying. I cannot see that point.
कौन सा
Actually,
पॉइंट?
हाँ, from here only, Prabhuji, in the preliminary phase.
यहाँ पे सुदुर्लभा इज स्टार्टिंग हियर.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, Prabhuji.
हाँ, ओके. यस, गो हेड.
However, even if an executor of these processes is without any material desire, he still cannot achieve devotional service, and aspiring by oneself alone to achieve devotional service is also not very hopeful, because Krishna does not agree to award devotional service to merely anyone. Krishna can easily offer a person material happiness or even liberation, but he does not agree very easily to award a person engagement in his devotional service. Devotional service can in fact be attained only through the mercy of a pure devotee.
हाँ, so devotional service can only be attained to the mercy of pure devotee. So we read that muktim dadati karhichit नतु स्म भक्ति योगम. मुक्ति ददाति करहिचित, मुक्ति दे देंगे भगवान, भक्ति नहीं देंगे. एग्जाम्पल वी हैव रेड ना, how with Yadus Bhagwan was dealing and how with Pandavas. With Pandavas, Krishna was like at home. He was at home with Pandavas. You to just pick up anything, drink anything, do anything. Pandavas घर पे कुछ पूछताछ नहीं करना. ये अपने अर्जुन का घर है बाबा, कुछ पूछताछ नहीं. और यदूस के पास जाके भगवान थोड़ा फॉर्मेलिटी में रहते थे. मैं आपका रिश्तेदार हूँ, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, लाइक दैट. दैट्स वाई इन द थर्ड कैंटो Vidura, he is lamenting in front of Uddhava. And these Yadus people, they could not get the sweetness as well as greatness of Krishna fully. They relish some greatness and sweetness, but not fully. So he basically focuses on, they could not understand that Krishna was the supreme personality of Godhead. They could only take him as a Paramatma in the heart of all living entities. And they were just relating with him because he's our relative. ठीक है, होता है ना, जैसे मान लो आपके भाई बहन हैं, कोई रिश्तेदार है, तो आप उनके साथ मिलते जुलते हो, लेकिन आप उसके ग्रेटनेस को नहीं समझते. सी, यू आर एंजॉइंग द स्वीटनेस बिकॉज देयर सम रिलेशनशिप, बट दैट स्वीटनेस विल बी मोर एंजॉयड, स्पेशली द ऐश्वर्य भक्त के बारे में बात किया जा रहा है, जब आप उनकी पोजीशन को भी जानोगे. तो Vidur was saying these people are so unfortunate. While Krishna was there on this earth, they should have tried more to understand his greatness and develop more attraction for his sweetness. But वो किया नहीं इन लोगों ने. लेकिन अब दूसरा क्वेश्चन आता है, गोपीज could not know single greatness of Krishna. ग्रेटनेस बिल्कुल नहीं पता, बट उनका स्वीटनेस में एकदम पूरा है, फुल स्वीटनेस. दे आर एंजॉइंग स्वीटनेस. So gopis के बारे में उद्धव कुछ नहीं बोल रहे. Why? Because gopis are perfect. They are having no problem. And the Yadus, Pandavas, they are also enjoying the greatness and sweetness अच्छे से. मतलब उनका ऐश्वर्य भक्ति है, लेकिन उसमें भगवान उनके साथ एकदम अच्छा बिहेव कर रहे हैं. और ये यदूस हैं, ये बीच में पड़ गए ना, इनके पास ज़्यादा ग्रेटनेस है ना स्वीटनेस है भगवान का. तो इसलिए विदुर जी इनको बोल रहे हैं कि बाबा ये लोग क्या है, यदु बस अपने को भगवान को रिश्तेदार बना के बैठे थे. कुछ ज़्यादा इनके साथ अटैचमेंट नहीं किया है। इसीलिए ये जो एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे दिया गया है कि भगवान भक्ति बहुत कम को देते हैं। भक्ति मतलब भाव भक्ति यहाँ पे, क्योंकि साधना भक्ति को बोल के भाव भक्ति, तो भाव बहुत कम को देते हैं। दुर्लभा है ना, सुदुर्लभा, तो सुदुर्लभा भाव भक्ति होता है, साधना नहीं। ओके, ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड। सो सुदुर्लभा, सो भक्ति ही डज नॉट गिव वेरी इजीली। तो यदु ही डिड नॉट गिव वेरी great attachment to him. He just gave some kind of relationship attachment. That's why Kunti also says, cut my attachment. This all relationship attachment. Give me bhakti attachment. भक्ति के साथ attachment दो। वो वाली मांग रही है कुंती। मेरे को रिलेशन वाला नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि हम आपकी बुआ हैं इसलिए आप हमको दंडोत प्रणाम करो। हाँ, हम भी समझते हैं, ठीक है बेटा, आ गया। हाँ, चलो हमारे रिश्तेदार, चलो कुछ खा पी लो। ऐसा नहीं चाहिए, एकदम प्योर लव चाहिए आपके साथ। भले आपका ग्रेटनेस समझ के चाहिए या स्वीटनेस है, लेकिन एक ही चीज़, मतलब बराबर दो। भक्ति के साथ अटैचमेंट। इसलिए कृष्ण भी यही बोलते हैं, मेरे को लक्ष्मी पसंद नहीं है, मेरे को वही पसंद है जो मेरा भक्ति करता है। तो कृष्णा आल्सो ट्राइज टू एसोसिएट मोर विद भक्तास, देयरफॉर ही इज टू स्टे मोर विद द पांडवस देन यदुस। दिस वाज द रीजन, बिकॉज ही वाज गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड टू दोज हु आर हैविंग भक्ति, नॉट सिंपली सुपरफिशियल रिलेशनशिप। ओके, so okay, we cannot condemn yadus in comparison with the materialist people. They are quite high. Okay, but in comparison with the Pandavas and then gopis, we can condemn them. So Uddhava is doing that. Okay, so now the Krishna does not give bhakti easily, he gives mukti easily. So Krishna can easily offer a person material happiness or even liberation. So before the verse what we learned कि भक्ति कैन गिव धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष हैप्पीनेस, सो यू शुड नॉट गो टू धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष. नाउ वी आर लर्निंग दैट even somebody gets that also through bhakti, that is not very big deal, because Krishna will not give you bhakti, he may give you even liberation का भी दे देंगे, धर्मार्थ काम भी दे. देखो पहले डिस्कशन चल रहा था कि धर्मार्थ काम हो, बाहर मत जाओ बाबा, भक्ति दे देगा. अभी आपको मिल भी गया तो भी बोला जाएगा अरे भक्ति तो नहीं मिला ना तुमको, केवल तो धर्मार्थ काम ही मोक्ष मिला है ना. तो अब इस पे डीलिंग बात चल रही है क्योंकि वो दुर्लभ है. ओके, सो दैट इज नाउ एडवांसिंग, टॉपिक इज एडवांसिंग नाउ. In this Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, by the mercy of a spiritual master who is a pure devotee, and by mercy of Krishna one can achieve the platform of devotion service. There is no other way. So only by the mercy of pure devotees, or that mercy comes through the Lord, so one attains the bhakti. Like Kumaraj, we read the example. 4 Kumaras got mercy of Lord Vishnu, and they became bhakta. सुत गोस्वामी का मर्सी मिला सौनक आदि ऋषियों को, तो भक्त बन गए, वैदिक भक्ति में आ गए. फिर नारद मुनि गेव एसोसिएशन टू ध्रुव महाराज, तो ही गॉट अराउज, मीन्स फ्रॉम द प्लेटफॉर्म ऑफ कर्मी, ही वॉज काइंड ऑफ कर्मी ध्रुव महाराज इन बिगनिंग, एंड देन ही बिकेम practitioners of bhakti. The rarity of devotion service is also confirmed in Tantra Shastra, where the Lord Shiva says to Sati, yesterday I think we read, my dear Sati, if one is very fine philosopher, analyzing the different process of knowledge, can achieve liberation from the material entanglement. By performance of the ritualistic sacrifice recommended in the Vedas, one can be elevated to the platform of pious activities and thereby enjoy the material comforts of life to the fullest extent. But all such endeavor can hardly offer any devotional service to the Lord, not even if one tries for it by such process for many thousands of births. So again, the mercy of devotee is highlighted here. By working for so many births, following the Vedas process, ritualistic sacrifices, still one cannot get the bhakti, because again durlabha, sudurlabha. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is confirmed by Prahlad Maharaj that merely by personal effort or by instruction, okay. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is confirmed by the Prahlad Maharaj that merely by personal effort or by instructions of higher authority one cannot attain to the stage of devotional service. One must become blessed by the dust of lotus feet of pure devotee who is completely freed from the contamination of material desires. So which is that shloka? Naesam matistavat urukramangyam sparshate उपगमम यदर्थः महीयसां पादरजोभिषेकम निष्किंचनानां वृणीत यावता. Only by the dust of pure devotees one can take to Krishna consciousness. Matirna Krishna paratah satova mito vipadyet grahavartanam adanta govi vishna. So there also he says that one cannot become devotee by discussion, by hearing some great pravachan, only by dust of pure devotees. So dust of pure devotees means what? It is also said saffron dust particles coming from the mouth of the pure devotees when somebody hears. So yes, hearing from pure devotee, following his instructions, that is the dust of the pure devotees. Yes, that dust of pure devotees. It means that pure devotee has given that mercy to these people through his message, through his association, and that's why they become devotees. If Prabhupada would not have come to foreign country, they would not have become devotees. Even millions of life also they will not become devotee, because mercy has to be given by a devotee. That is what discussion. Therefore it is called Durlabha. Now we are also learning from the higher perspective. Bhav Bhakti is Sudurlabha. Even after doing lot of sadhana also, Krishna does not give that easily. Or if somebody is getting distracted in sadhana doing something else, also, that also one will not get Bhav Bhakti. So that is also is a Sudurlabha. So Bhav Bhakti is Sudurlabha and Sadhana Bhakti is also Durlabha, in the sense unless the pure devotee comes, it is not possible to attain that even sadhana by the sadhana bhakti. We should not think by the sadhana bhakti something like सब्जी का मार्केट लगा है वो कहीं से जाकर खरीद सकता है. ऐसा नहीं है बाबा, उसको भी देने के लिए शुद्ध भक्ति चाहिए, क्योंकि वैदिक साधना भी शुद्ध भक्ति है ना वो, बट शुद्ध भक्ति इन प्रैक्टिस है कि नहीं. वो सब्जी का मार्केट नहीं है, कहीं भी जाकर खरीद लिया कुछ भी. So that is also attained by mercy of devotee. That is what Prabhupada is saying. कि Prahlad Maharaj also says to his father, Father, you will not attain bhakti even if I tell you something, because you have to surrender first to pure devotee, means to get his dust, and then only you will become. Sure. He is not ready to surrender. Okay, so today we will stop here itself, because we have some important thing to do, or we have to leave the one place. We will continue from next session. ठीक है. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु की जय. ये 12 लोग ही आ रहे हैं, बाकी लोग को फिर बाद में. ओके ठीक, आज टाइम चेंज किया है इसलिए. ठीक है. हरे कृष्ण.